I'm sitting by my Uncle Jack's. It's about 1880s into the early 1900s, traditional wood stove that many of our pioneering parents had. Now, Uncle Jack was a World War I veteran, and I knew him, spent time with my great Uncle Jack. It's wonderful memories, and so I've sold the Nellie Bly Chalet, and I have to leave my stove behind because I sold everything in it. And actually, I'm glad to leave it here because it fits here in the mountains of Colorado, and it doesn't fit in the city streets of Bulverde, Spring Branch, Texas. It's not fit there, it's fit here. But before I go, I wanted to remember and tell us and share with you how Uncle Jack taught me to use this cook stove. He taught me how to open the plates, check to see if there were coals. Of course, there was a little handle that lifted these hot plates, and then I would let the flue open, not only at the chimney, but down below to let air in to keep the wood stoked. And if I needed more wood, I'd open up the wood door and put small pieces of wood in here. And it was really hard to cook on the stove. But more than the stove, I'm leaving behind an heirloom and a memory. But even though this physical heirloom is being left behind, I have the memory in my mind and in my heart of what Uncle Jack meant to me. Uncle Jack was slow on the draw. When I asked him a question as a young teenager, it seemed like it took him so long. He would sit back, calm, in his armchair, with his pipe hanging out of his mouth, and he'd think about what you asked him. Then he would answer with a slow draw. That was driving me crazy. I just, let me out of here, answer the question so I can go hiking in Lockwood Valley. That was about 2 hours north of Los Angeles on the way to Bakersfield. So I just loved Uncle Jack, and I seemed to love him more as I got older and appreciate him. It's like I had a choice growing up to choose to have a bitter pill because of circumstances. My dad died, my second dad, Joe Wheeler, this was his uncle, was my great uncle that I'm talking about. He had lots of problems. So life is full of characters that will come into your life that will rub you the wrong way, that can hurt you in many ways, and you can choose to remember that and become a bitter person. You take the bitter pill. But I didn't want to take the bitter pill. I wanted to take the better pill. And the better pill tells us in Philippians to think on what is holy, what is lovely, what is of good report, what is virtuous. I was raised Roman Catholic. I had enough Catholic theology to teach me that I had to be thankful for what I had, not for what I didn't have. And I am so thankful for Uncle Jack. God used Uncle Jack in my life to stabilize me, to allow me to hike in Lockwood Valley, to teach me things like the wood stove, how to split wood, what to do with rattlesnakes, and all those adventurous things a young boy would love to know and have. And so I'm very, very appreciative of what Uncle Jack did in my life. And it's kept me from becoming bitter. Remembering people that may have hurt me, I set that aside, and I choose to remember people that have been a blessing. We can do that. Some of you may be listening are carrying bitterness. God doesn't want you to carry bitterness. It's because you've chosen to. But if you lay it aside and you put it down and go in your mind and remember those people that were virtuous. It could be a teacher. It could be a neighbor. It could be a relative. It could be a sibling. There are people in your life that have been blessings to you. Don't go down the trail that leads to destruction and gives you the bitter pill that destroys your heart and mind, and you carry that with you. I know people in the streets, you'll see them in markets and in highways and byways, their whole continence is a continence of bitterness, and they won't let go of it. They go to the grave with that bitterness. God forbid that we be those people when we can choose to have the Uncle Jacks in our life that will stabilize us. And that's the choice that we can make. I pray that you're the kind of person that has chosen to remember what is noble and good, and those people that God used in your life growing up that have helped to stabilize you. I leave you with this word to pause and ponder.